Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Scorpio, this is going to be your weekly read from November 3rd to the 9th. This will be for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Stellium as well. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribe, comments, personal donations. Those of you that sent me small donations for coffee and tea and whatnot for my birthday. Thank you all so very much. You're super sweet, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Happy birthday to you, Scorpio. If you've had a birthday over the weekend, I hope that it was fantastic. If today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. And then even throughout the week, which we'll get other messages out for you, but still happy birthday to all of you. And I hope your day is just amazing. So Spirit goes, congratulations. So congratulations. I don't know, whatever. Maybe you're accomplishing something this week that Spirit is saying you've set out to do. So if you have, or you are, keep doing the damn thing, right? Keep doing the damn thing. With that being said, personal reads are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section. There too, you'll find the channel memberships link. Discord is also up and running under Path of Enlightenment Tarot. My one moderator, Adam, he was able to set that up, so it's a nice little community. I just posted a thing last night on there, and I don't get to join you guys as often as I'd like. Obviously, very busy, but I did chime in last night, hoping that everybody had a great weekend, Halloween. Happy birthday to you all again. And I said, did anyone dress up for Halloween? And I posted a picture on there of our nonsense that we dressed up as Beth Dutton and Rip from Yellowstone. Hot mess express, but it was fun. So again, I hope you all are doing well. So Scorpio, with that being said, let's get down to your weekly messages. We're going to go Monday through Friday. We're going to get an overall energy here first and foremost. Your weekend reads. Reads, that's right, with an S. That one message I almost did not put out. I'm happy to see that it resonated with a lot of you. If you've not checked that out, please do so. I don't ever get frustrated, but damn, was I over it when it was said and done. So very different video compared to what I typically do, but it was so spiritually necessary. They're on their soapbox this morning. Solar flares, descendant, invitation, and activate. Scorpio, I just want to go wow with that, with just wow. 37 and a 17, that 17 has been sticking out for you all of 2025. 10, this is a new portal, new timeline, a new you, a new adjustment phase. This is something within you has sparked that I'm going to call it aggressive, but as I say aggressive to you, not aggressive in the sense that you're out, waylaying people over the head with sticks, but this is like, you're serious. You're totally serious about anything and everything that crosses your path. It makes sense or it doesn't, and if it doesn't, it's got to go. So, and then this solar flares activate something within you, for lack of better words, has been activated. You know, it's something, it could be in your birth chart. Spirit is bringing that up, and thank you, Spirit. It could be your birth chart. It could be multiple things. It could have been an event, but it's just kind of like, I don't even know that your soul, excuse me, goodness, your soul has been set free per se. But this is like Spirit goes a freedom ride. So Scorpio, whatever it is that you're hitting the brakes on, pumping the brakes and going, wait a second, hold up. Oh my God, hold on. Spirit started, was that salt and pepper back in the 90s? Oh my God, showing my age. Maybe make me take a ride in the coupe. You make me want to shoot, baby. What in the hell? I don't know. Maybe that's what you're listening to. It's kind of like a throwback, a playback. I don't know. That's funny as can be. That could have some type of significance. Scorpio, I have no idea. You guys, who knows? And I mean that in the most loving way. All right, Spirit, for November 3rd through the 9th, what is going on with Scorpio? What is the overall this week in the Astro Codes deck? What is going on for Scorpio? It's critical. Oh God, Scorpio, here we go again. Shut the front door. Last week, I talked about those reads, right? Those weekend reads, that Gemini cross-pollinate energy came out. This is the third freaking time, Scorpio. Gemini, Uranus, they are retrograde together at this time. Take a look at that. There are 50-some cards in this deck. 50-some cards. I've read for other signs besides you. I've used this deck multiple times besides you. And it comes out for you again. Third time over in what, a matter of 4 days? 5 days max. Scorpio, Cancer, immerse. Your emotions are at play here. There are things behind the moon, right? Cancerian energy for me is moon in the traditional tarot. For this has to do with your foundations, your stability, expansion, that of Sagittarius. So now through Sag season, which the end of Scorpio season, right? There's going to be something very specific. And I think that I was actually, I ended up finally getting the Moonology deck. It's something that I've looked at for a long time, and then I finally broke down this weekend, and I got that deck. I don't know why I waited so long, but divine timing. But what, you know, if you guys have joined me over at the channel membership side of the page for your daily readings for the month of Scorpio, as I call it, that card, I believe, came out this morning, and I'm going to go back here and look real quick, so bear with me. I need to find that card. But that was an important aspect to today's reading for you over there. So if you've not joined, no pressure, but, you know, we'd love to have you there. You can check out those readings. I feel so salesy when I say shit like that, though. Yeah, there it is. Full moon in Cancer. That's what it was. And it says, a personal issue reaches resolution. I think that was for Scorpio, maybe channel members. Either way, it's for you. The crab's got pinchers. Moves slow, but has pinchers, right? Cancer full moon is going to fall during Capricorn season. There's something very specific, and this has to do with year's end. Spirit is saying has to do with year's end. You know, with this cross-pollinate card, I said to you guys, it's like sticking your head in the sand, just pretending like something wasn't happening. But Scorpio, that second B there, the duality of Gemini, is like I come out. I've pulled my head out of the sand, and I remember saying, and somebody commented, I said that Spirit made the statement, it's time to pull your head out of your ass, Scorpio. And hard lessons sometimes Spirit just brought to my attention as well. But now it's like you're more so in this doing, right? The busy bee. You're getting, maybe in your work, your life, your family life, you're getting busier as well. Oh my God. Buzz, motherfucker. Oh my God, Spirit, I can't right now. 9 and 4, Spirit brings to my attention. 9 and 4 is 13. Scorpio, that is you. So Scorpio, your energy, your season, we are full swing, full force in this. God, it just made me dizzy. Holy smokes. Gemini, though, is you coming out. Some of you could have Gemini, Cancer, or Sagittarius placements. I don't, maybe Cancerian energy, maybe more so, but you could have Gemini placements. But this is, Spirit, a big ordeal. You are pulling your head out of your behind. There may be things that you've sat around on, maybe jobs that you should have left, you know, years ago, maybe months ago. You kept whatever was put off, whatever you just did not want to look at, whatever it is that you just didn't want to see, it's hit its threshold. It's coming to an end. It's finito. It is, Spirit is going done, 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 done. This means a 9 on the clock as I say that. So nines, 2 9s. 9s are going to be very specific. And again, this year is the year of 9, in case you haven't heard me say it 700 times already this year. This is completion. You are wrapping up some very significant old cycles. And I really feel like, Scorpio, with that being said, it has to do with the emotional attachments that you've had to things. So whether it's been a job, a person, a place, whatever it may have been, like you are wrapping up the emotional aspect and going, I can't avoid this particular thing anymore. Like, this has to be addressed now. The time is now. I keep repeating that to you. I think I've been repeating that like a broken record for the last 3 months. The time is now. And I think you've been kind of checking it off, you know, a box each time, going, well, there's that, check, moving on. That, check, moving on, right? So there's something specific to that for you as the year comes to a close, right? So very, very important energy as it stands right now, Scorpio. So all of a sudden my nose is running. All right, so let's see here, Scorpio. We're going to get down to the days of the week, but man, 3 times over. 3 specific areas of life. It's Spirit saying clear-coded too. And the way I'm viewing that, you think about like if you refinish a piece of furniture and you want to put the clear coat, or if you're doing your fingernails and you put the clear coat to protect them, it is used as a layer or a level of protection. And I feel like you're odd statement, transparently being protective of yourself. Very interesting way that Spirit puts that, transparently. I don't think you have a problem in saying to something and or someone, this does not work for me. I need to protect myself in this situation. And I will tell you straight to your face. It's like, you know, CYA, cover your ass. This is somebody trying to maybe get your go, and you will literally look at them and not just quietly in the shadows in the back of your mind during a conversation go, I gotta watch what I say because I need to protect myself. It's like you're literally looking at somebody and going, it's either your ass or mine, and I'm covering mine. I'm doing what I have to do for me. So it's not even like you're trying to be, it's not even deceptive. It's just some things don't need to be said. But Scorpio, it's like you have no problem in saying, this is why I'm doing this. Do I look stupid to you? It's got that kind of feel to it. So, all right, let's get down to the days of the week. Spirit for Monday for Scorpio. A message, a noisy sound, the communication you're having with people right now. Mercury retrograde, pre-shadow, here we are. And I think it starts on the 9th. As I say that, there's that 9 again, right? There's another 9. Starts on the 9th and runs to the 29th, which breaks down to an 11. 9/11. I tell you guys all the time, I see that number continuously. It's a message of peace to me. It's a message of protection, that all will be well. You could call it, Spirit saying an emergency red flag, but I don't think that it's so much an emergency as much as it is a time constraint to standing up for yourself on something. All right, so this message and noisy sound, Spirit, what do we got here? Communication, man. Communication is going to be key here moving forward, as I say that with Mercury in retrograde. Forgotten person on Monday. Core, past, old friend, somebody from the past could be showing up. Doesn't have to be. I don't necessarily feel like that's what it is, but we're going to clarify that. This is all about your journey and progression forward. Whistleblower. Betrayal. Somebody has likely, it's like, what do they call it? Ding dong ditch, right? Where you like ring somebody's doorbell and then you run off. It's like, gotcha. Do you want to play that game with a Scorpio? Probably not the wisest thing you'll ever do. Just saying. All right, let's see. We'll go back and clarify. But Tuesday for Scorpio, please, Spirit, threats. Scorpio. I don't know if that's you. Oh, it's unfinished. Scorpio, unfinished business and sacrifice. You're starting to realize the sacrifices you've made, who they've been for, and where you're not going to do it again. Like, there is, if it threatens your ability to live in peace, if it threatens your money, if it threatens your life, if it threatens to harm you physically, or it is invasive to your personal life and privacy, like, it's like I said, ding dong ditch, they run off, right? Unfinished business. Scorpio, I feel like this lady, despite your gender, is going, oh, you rang my doorbell? I'm about to wring your neck. There it is, Scorpio. I'm done answering the door. I'm done answering the call. On Wednesday for Scorpio Spirit, Wednesday this week, adjust. You could be giving somebody an attitude adjustment this week, Scorpio. I'm not even going to lie. And two, how do we adjust? How do we balance this out after a period of control that's been lost in a particular situation? How do we make this change, right? And I also want to say to you, too, as I was throwing that, like, even though these are, I'm giving to you these in the days of the week, do understand that these are situations that could play out at any time this week, or maybe even in the next week or so, in the coming week, Spirit is saying, I don't know, here's something, Spirit is saying you may want to revisit this in about 2 weeks. Did you just see that? Did you just see something past me? I'm going to go back and watch this after, so 15, to go back and watch this after I get it out to you all. But take it where it fits when it fits for you. Okay, it was my point. All right, Spirit, on Thursday for Scorpio. What does Thursday hold for Scorpio? I feel like you're working in silence on Thursday. Literally rest. Pause, the beginning of a new journey. Finances, money could be of importance as well. Somebody in your field, here, this is interesting. Somebody in your field of work, or maybe even if, if you don't work and you're retired, maybe a group or something that you belong to, they may have something to say about what you're doing. But they also feel to me like they're trying to imitate something that you're doing or have something to say. They're critiquing, analyzing. Your versatility in what you do is unmatched. I could tell you years ago when I worked for a particular place, I hadn't had a lot of experience in that particular field at the time when I was working corporate jobs, living in corporate America's nonsense. But I rose to the top very quickly because I could multitask, which isn't always the best thing. But in that particular job, you needed to be able to basically juggle balls and do it all while tapping your feet. And I rose to the top quickly in that position because of my versatility. So, reason I say this to you is some people are suited to do all the things and can manage and keep a very sharp-witted mind to manage multiple things at one time and do very well at. Other people need to have their focus just strictly on one specific thing. Your ability to be versatile in what you do is going to be an up-leveling for you that leads to great success. Other people may not have that trait, and God love them. It doesn't mean that they're any less than you are or anything like that. It just means that that's just not their wheelhouse. That's not their strength. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. It's what we do with them, right? So it's, what you're good at. You know how to manage those things, and that's exactly what you're doing. So somebody may feel, I would say, threatened by your ability to do it all. Like maybe they don't see the hard work and the effort and the dedication that it takes from you to make that happen, but they just look at it as, geez, Scorpio does nothing, and they just, poof, it just works for them. Why can't I catch a break like that? Man, if you're a cross watcher, or, whatever the story may be, place it where it fits. You could be the cross watcher who has this experience yourself. That Scorpio, there's been a long line of struggle and strife to get to that point to begin with. So I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. The letters R and F could be of significance as well. And then on Friday, pet. You and these damn pets. What is going on with pets? And then underneath that is the shadow, the other side. All right. Overall, Spirit for these cards: single, independent, alone, isolation. I think you need a timeout, Scorpio. Reconcile is under the deck. Just you, Scorpio, right? Pointing the finger kind of thing. You, Scorpio. Spirit just said some of you could be getting away, and this is to go maybe with a partner, maybe with a friend, maybe by yourself, to just repair the things that you have. It's almost like you have to come back together with something or someone to reconcile some sort of difference or some kind of indifference that you're having with yourself on an emotional level, and getting away from the day-to-day could be the thing that does this for you. But it's also about creating, it's almost like a medicinal cure for you on an emotional or ethereal level. Okay, I hope that's making sense. Friday, this pet and shadow thing. Again, a pet could be waiting for your return. But I feel like Scorpio. Somebody could have a pet named Shadow, by the way. There is like a silhouette. And it takes me, check this out, right? I want to show, this is catching my attention. I'm not quite sure what it means. But you see the shadow of the forgotten person, right? There's no features to this person. And then you look at these two cards. The silhouette of the cat, you can see his ears, you can see the outline of the body, but you can't see the silhouette. You can't see the definition. And then the shadow is just that shadow behind something. You could be seeing somebody's shadow side this Friday, this weekend, something like that. Foregone to be forgotten. I don't know. All right, Scorp, so that's interesting. Monday and Friday link up somehow here. Or those two specific situations link up some way. I don't know. Let's clarify. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, goodness. All right. Forgotten person, whistleblower, betrayal, report, expose, leak. Oh, Scorpio. I was just going to say, and there comes the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. If somebody did something before, like forgotten, forgone, forgive, right now you're not being super forgiving. You're just not in it. It's like I said, you're willing to say something. And I said this, I think, before these cards came out. You're willing to look at somebody and go, that transparent protection, or however I worded that, you're in the fine business this week of calling people out. It may be brutal. Not gonna lie, it may be pretty brutal because the Ace of Swords is cutting. It cuts through lies, it cuts through the illusions. It's the truth. It's the hard facts, cold truth, right? And if you're dealing with somebody who's not spoken a truth, and Scorpio, for some of you could be telling on yourself, is what I'm also hearing from Spirit. You could be telling on yourself and going, yeah, I did that thing, and these are the reasons why. It's very unforgiving. It's very unforgiving. So this forgotten person, I said in the members read, it's emotional ties, and it's an emotional depth truth. There's the Eight of Wands again, hard deliverance. And even with the Queen of Cups here, I don't think that it's you're delivering this with love. You're delivering this with hard facts and truth, but it's something that you care about, something you've just, you think about an old friend. You've cared about that person for a long time. The past, you've cared about your past. But I do feel like angels are guiding you through whatever this change is. The Fool. Again, you're ready to start anew in the Sun. Scorpio, talk about some clarity. Like, it's just, this is going to shed light on so many things. And it's like, I feel like you're at a point of the Fool, like, has no cares in the world because he doesn't know what life can do to him. You already know what life can do to you. You know what people can do to you when they're in reckless energy. But it's like if everybody else can be carefree and not care about the emotional understanding of everybody around them, here I go. As I said this weekend to somebody, it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And Scorpio, that's kind of where I feel you're at, because on the emotional level, you're remaining masterfully put together in regards to this, but at the same time, your ability to put up with it has changed significantly. So, if you've felt left out around something, oh God, Spirit, just forget me. So Scorpio, this could be something you're like, just take me out of the equation. Just forget I exist in this situation. What else is this about, Spirit? Spirit told me to keep that there, so I'm going to keep it there. What else is... the Golden Mirror. You may be dealing with a narcissist, somebody who's very self-absorbed, one-sided. They like to project. I say it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. It may be one of those people that it's okay for them to do it, but not for you. It's like, well, it's... how do they say that? Sometimes I think I forget English as a whole. I don't know. Maybe you're bilingual. But double standard. Thank you, Spirit. Double standard to things. Like, I can do this, but you can't, Scorpio. And you're like, fool, arms in the air. Watch me. You get what you give with Scorpio. You decide what that's going to be. This situation is like, I think I said to you recently, like, love is not enough. You can have love for something, but it doesn't mean that it sustains you. It doesn't mean that it's good for you. It doesn't mean that you have to invest in it. And I do think you're walking away from this, right? The duality, Gemini, to be in happier times. I'm out, checking out here. On Tuesday, threats and unfinished business, Spirit. What is this for Scorpio on Tuesday? I think you're doing a review. Retrograde, right? Literally judgment. It's calling judgment on the things. Eight of Wands again. This stays at the bottom of the deck. Karmic, I could say karmic consequences, but this is more so, Scorpio, you calling judgment on situations and going, this is what this has been. This is what that has been. This threats, right? Anything that protect or is a threat to the protection that you feels like it's going to eat you. You're just like, no. Like, I just see this like gnarly looking gremlin with fangs. Like, no. Like, you're a bit merciless this week in what you're doing, because when you're coming out as a judgment card in Scorpio, that is you. Again, there it is. Like, what do I got to do, Nine of Pentacles, to take care of me? Ten of Swords. You're going to bring an end to things. You are going to absolutely close something out without a doubt. And you're like, these are all the reasons why. Heartbroken. I don't want to say that you're not emotionally upset by this. But you've been able, as much as you are in your emotions, you've been able to remove your emotions. You could be dealing with somebody that struggles with their personal emotions. They don't know how to express them. And I think, too, when I said to you, this may have been going on for, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever this is, or whatever I said. It's like you knew this day was coming. You'd hoped that it wasn't, but you knew that it would. And here you are. Here's this feeling. I can't sit in grief. I can't sit in sadness. This is really mustering up it is what it is. This is exactly what it is, and this is exactly how we're handling this. And I can't let my emotions get the better of me, because if I do, I'm going to lose all common sense and judgment on the heart and the head. You know, so you really are reviewing something here and going, now wait a minute. Let me look back over the history of this particular situation, you know. Spirit brings my attention to the repair on the reconcile. Reconcile, R-E. Repair, R-E. Right? This is the review of the relationships. And again, work, friends, family, lovers, whatever this is for you. Is it worth the because Spirit goes, because we don't want to repeat something here. We aren't repeating anything. So if we do judgment, there's new terms and conditions on how this works. And Scorpio, I really feel like it's going to be, and it's hard pressed, Spirit said, but very fixed Scorpio energy. It's going to be on my terms. What I will say to that, though, too, Scorpio, is this, that it is not, and I want you to take this into consideration very heavily. That's why I'm making emphasis on this. This is not because you are trying to insert control from an egoic level. This is like, hey, been there, done that. Can I work with you to the cubicle next to me? Yes, but understand something. This is my space. This is your space. These are the rules. If you want to get along with me, here's the deal. You want to move forward with me? Here's the deal. Here's the new set of rules. Because the old set of rules maybe worked for a little while. Maybe they worked, again, for years. But they're broken. It's a broken, it's been a broken if you think about liaison, hold on. That's a mid, the way I'm seeing that is having like a middleman. We'll call it a middleman. And going, we're going to eliminate the middleman. I'm going to go straight to the wholesaler, right, in business. I'm going to go straight to the horse's mouth. I'm not going to deal with bankruptcy attorneys. I'm going to go handle it myself or, you know, not one of those, what do they call it, debt consolidation, just as an example. I'm not dealing with the debt consolidator. I'm going straight to the company that I owe the debt to, and we're gonna handle this. This is cutting out those external factors, that 3, right, Gemini energy, that 3rd house. We're cutting out those external factors. There doesn't need to be a middleman in this. Here's the deal, because I'm not going to put myself in harm's way to cover someone else's ass anymore. And if you have spent time trying to cover for somebody else or help somebody else or be that liaison to situations, you're cutting yourself out of the mix. Like, I did all that I could do. This is for you. This is for you. You all figured out. I'm taking a back seat to this. This is not for me because it's a threat to my ability to be well. Okay, so Spirit brings up the 3rd house, and I want to look at something here. Pardon the sniffles. Mutable, so that's obviously Gemini. Connecting to your immediate environment, communication, the intellect, and lower education, short journeys. But yet, Spirit's saying it's been a journey that's been coming for a long time. So maybe this has been going on for years. Maybe it's been going on for a few months. But either way, it's been long enough. It may not have taken that long, but it feels like it's been too long for you. Okay, so there's that. All right, on Wednesday, adjust and chew. Spirit, what is this for Scorpio on Wednesday? I feel like you got to be adaptable. I think there's going to be some problem solving. I'd call it some problem solving going on. The Devil. Restrictions maybe around schedules, time frames, where you got to be, when you got to be. I do think there may be something here. The Devil, and there. See, there's that Capricorn Gemini energy again. So Capricorn season, Gemini. There's something. Gemini could be a bit devilish around you as well if you're dealing with one of those two signs. A lot of Gemini. Jeez Louise, we've seen that 10 of Swords and now this. Spirit just said don't let somebody play you for a fool either, but I also feel like more so you're trying to find ways around things, Scorpio, on Wednesday. What else? Give me something else on that Devil. The Hermit, wisdom, again, 8 of Swords. There's some restrictions. Don't get up in your head something about, like, I feel like you're not getting an answer about something. And it's like you may be waiting. I don't know why I'm going to say it like that. I don't feel like the Devil is a complete restriction. I don't feel like you're super tied down to this, even though I got 2 cards of being restricted, the 8 of Swords and the Devil, 4 of Cups. But there's limited time to proceed with something, but you're going within to make some sort of decision on how to balance particular aspects to something. And I think that it's interesting. When I look at the Devil and I look at the Hermit, they're night and day. The Devil is operating from manipulation. The Hermit is working from wisdom, right? I'm going to clarify this a little more. What is this about, Spirit? Karmic relationship hammer. Repair, rebuild. What are we going to do? Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Man, there is such, with whatever's going on, Scorpio, this is some sort of karmic situation this week, or has been. Spirit just said trying to smooth out the edges. Why you could show up very pure intended in something. And when somebody tries to pull a tactic, a manipulation, a trick, you're still maybe willing to work on something. But you're also not, you're not naive to the tricks. This person, that I feel like you're, again, if someone's going to be in your life, depending on what this is, they are being required to make adjustments. Again, attitude adjustments, perhaps. You're willing to work through something to clear it up. But ultimately, it falls on them to do better. I don't know how else to put that. But I also feel like you're dealing with someone who's equally stubborn. 4 of Cups, 9 of Cups, which I do love this card at times. But when I see that come out with the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Swords, it's complacency. It's, I'm just going to sit on my ass and I'm going to wait for somebody to wait on me hand and foot. You've got Scorpio, 3 9s back to back to back. The 9 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Wands with the Queen of Swords. This is like, you ever have a stubborn pet in your life? Like we had a dog years and years ago. That dog, she wouldn't listen. You train her, you could do all the things. And she was the most, I hated to give her away, but I didn't have the patience, the time to break the hard-headedness that she was, and she deserved more than that, and somebody could work with her, and I could not. I never imagined that a dog could be so hard-headed. And that's what it reminds me of. Somebody who was so damn hard-headed, they just can't understand what you've given, what you've tried to do, and you may have to really go at this person from like their logic goes, this is too hard, this is too this. They could be very self-restricting. And on Wednesday, it's like, we're either going to work on this or we're not. You decide. So, Scorpio, what is your part? I'm going to say, what is your part in this particular energy this week? What is Scorpio's part in this? 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. This could impact your stability. This could impact your family, your home, your life, your legacy. Your part in this was to build something that was super substantial. And from the 10 to the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. It's disappointing. There's something here that's not being lived up to. It's like needing to be grateful for what you have. So whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, it's like needing to be grateful. Like, I feel like there's a situation, Scorpio, that you've done all that you can do. And you know that. Sometimes going, I have put in all of my effort to something. And it's defeating. It's defeating to be in that place. But this is where we are. Do you just let go? 5 of Cups, that's you. I asked what your energy was in this. You show up to say, here I am, Scorpio. 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. What sacrifices have you made to build to the 10 of Pentacles that has left you in the 5 of Pentacles from time to time just feeling like you don't know what else to do? You've tried. And maybe your heart, your emotion, the wisdom, you know what you've put into something. You think about the Hermit. He's gone through a hell of a journey to get to that place where now he's reaching some level of enlightenment. He's able to carry that wisdom forward. And you recognize the ties that have bound you to a particular situation, and you tried and you tried and you tried and you tried and you tried, only to be disappointed in the end. The 8 of Wands, again, the articulation of, I now protect myself. And I will tell you that I'm going to protect myself. Right? So, whew, Scorpio. Mercury retrograde in the reverse, so when we come out of it, by the time Mercury retrograde is over, Scorpio, I do think that whatever this is that's really addiction comes in, that's really waylaying your energy. Like, somebody could have an addiction to something physically. but they are challenged with unhealthy habits and patterns, and they've likely learned this from somebody else. And there isn't a whole lot you can do about it. It could be a father figure in this person's life that has taught them how to play the field, play both sides of the fence, play the games. And they don't understand why they're struggling. I said you're protected, you're in protection mode. Look at this, Guardian Scorpio. You know better, right? It's like God and Satan are going to war. Truly. Gemini, duality, devil on one side, angel on the other. It's an interesting spread, Scorps, to say the least. This person has been taught to just want more. It's never enough. It's never enough. You should be doing, or so they think. Scorpio, in that read that came out for you in channel memberships, 2 cards came out in this one particular deck, and I'm actually going to show these to you because I think this is very, very important. It totally, and I always grab the bottom 5, right? That's, if you've been with me, you know I look at the bottom 5 cards in the deck. We've got the moon, Cancerian energy, right? Look at that. Where are these cards? The 2 cards that I was going to pull for you that came out in the channel membership sides was no and never. They've never, come out together in all of the years that I've used this deck. Have they ever come out, doubled down, and said absolutely fucking not the way that they did today? There's the never, Scorpio. There's the death card. There you are. And I shuffled these after I wrapped up that reading. What comes next? No. There it is. That's 3 times. No, no, no. Death card, that's the end. No, no, no. Carry on. And that's a 35, which is an 8, which we started off with. And I think I also brought that up in that reading. It is a progression. It is a journey forward. It is moving on to calmer waters. It is picking a new direction. It is going to uncharted territory. It is somewhere fucking else. No. The card that comes out between that angel devil, that God and the devil, no. Talk about the bee, no. I'm not going to be busy. I'm not going to stay busy. I'm not going to do because that's what you want me to do. The answer is now no. I cannot be a part of this job. I can't be a part of this relationship. I can't be a part of this family dynamic. I can't be a part of this town. I can't be a part of this group. I can't do it anymore. The answer is no. There is no other way to slice it. The answer is no. Scorpio, you're shutting some shit down this week. And I'm going to tell you, if I was on the other side of this and I was utilizing you to my benefit, I'd be fucking devastated. Because you mean business. Rest on Thursday, Scorpio. Do rest. Rest in finances. 2 of Wands coming out sideways with the Sun, Scorpio. You're picking directions all for yourself. I do think there's this sense of some sort of like, sadness around this, or, a little, Spirit saying dismay. Thank you, Spirit. A little bit of dismay that this is the path. It's like you're being forced in your own way because of your own frustration and knowing that something has to change. Is it the path that you wanted to take when it comes to this particular aspect of something? No, it's not quite how you wanted to do it, but you know that it also needs to be done. It's doing the things that are hard because we just need to do it and get it over with, right? It's like, the dishes, yeah, we could leave them sit, I know, I always use that as an example, very much a mom. I could load the dishwasher, I could do this, I could do that, but sometimes I just don't want to, right? We're just tired, we're over it. Scorpio, this is like, I know I have to get these things done, so let's just get them done and get it out of the way. Let's just wrap this shit up because I'm done, right? What else on this 8 of Pentacles? Just keep swimming, Scorpio. The Strength card, you are more apt. You're going to be more apt for success as a result of wrapping these things up, because you're not going to have the distractions that you've had around other things for some time here. So Thursday is kind of like, Spirit is saying, give your mind the rest. preparing for this next journey or the next thing that you're doing. That infinity loop is there again. It's like you're just shutting the door. Impatience, intimacy, ice machine. Patience, intimacy, and liar come out. This, in Gold Digger on the bottom. This is a situation that you realize that trust has been broken. The Eight of Pentacles, it has to be rebuilt. You're not going to just jump into it to just do it. You're not going to do that. You're not going to be taken advantage of, again, in a situation. And you know that it's going to take time. Confession. They might have they might have something to say to you. They want to start new. They want to begin anew. They want to try again. God bless them. I mean, literally, God bless them. Anything else on this for Thursday? They do. Like unconditional love, giving, receiving. And now we want to play fair. And look at this. Camera, reminiscing. You remember the past. Not today. Boundaries. Scorpio, I think by Thursday, you're resting on what you know to be a truth. On the boundaries. Not the easiest decision you'll ever have to make. But one that is necessary. On Friday, Shadow and Pet. Card of grounding fell out earlier. Came out face down. I think you're going somewhere here. You're focused on your stability. You're focused on hope. You may end up being a factor of hope on Friday for other people around you. Absolutely, Scorpio. Strength and the Queen of Wands. Got a lot of fire energy there. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Looking off to the horizon, knowing that outside the shadow, another side exists, right? You know that there's more to this week. There's more to other things for you. What is this about, Spirit, for Friday for Scorpio? The Chariot. I just said you could be going somewhere. Chariot. There's a card of travel, right? On your way, fast forward momentum, leaving the past behind with that Six of Cups. What else? Five of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Again, two cards of forward movement, Scorpio. Two people. Hold that thought. The sun, the stars, and the moon, Scorpio, at the bottom of the deck. Look at that. The sun, the stars, and the moon. Literally. Someone, Scorpio, could be... I got this weird energy. Bear with me for a minute. What is happening, and I wouldn't expect to see this with the Chariot, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. There's a spiritual energy that is taking you where you need to go. Both physically and metaphorically speaking. The next 20 years, Pluto and Aquarius. There's that Cancerian energy, by the way, of the Chariot. You go through the illusion. So for some readers, it's Cancer, Pisces, or Pisces. For me, it's both, but primarily Cancer is the way I see it. The star is healing. It's hope. It's inspiration. The sun, the happiest card in the deck. And the moon is like, I don't know how we get there. There are still things that are unbeknownst to us. But in the night sky, it takes the moon and the stars. And during the day, it takes the sun. And the stars are still hanging out there, and so is the moon. All three of those things work in tandem. And Scorpio, in some weird way, whatever was that of three is now down to two. And one of those two and one of those three all along has been you. There's an emotional investment that you have made. And as I say that, there's the Three of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Somebody wants to go back and course correct. Do I turn around and go back immediately to this? But I feel like it's more so somebody coming back to you that night is younger, less experienced, impulsive. Scorpio, on Friday, you could feel like you lived 3 days in one. All the phases of the day are going to represent and bring in an opportunity for various things. I just heard that song. What was that? From the early 90s. There was a country song. I don't know who sang it. I'm in a hurry and I don't know why. And I feel like that's an expression from somebody to you. They may not say it, Scorpio, but you just see this rattled energy all the time. They gotta go, they gotta go, they gotta go. There's something about this energy that goes on a spiritual. I kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I've never seen those 3 cards as spirit moving you forward before. But spirit brings in the fact, and thank you for spirit for that. This is leading to some sense of an alignment, Scorpio, for you. And if people are going to be a part of your world, they're really going to have to get on board with where you're going, what the new rules are. I just get this feeling in a large part of this reading for this week that you've got somebody trying to figure you out and how to get back into maybe good graces with you. Trying to figure out the frenzy that is around them as a result of what's been done or said. Like, how do we work with this? They knew how to work with the old version of you. They don't know how to work with this new one. This is somebody that I don't think has ever seen you hit your breaking point with them. But when you do, a whole other side of Scorpio, the shadow side, comes out. Not necessarily in the worst cases, Scorpio, but simply the other side of you that has been loving and caring and compassionate and giving. There is another side to you that is no bullshit. And your bullshit meter has hit its limit this week. It's been building. Low-key for a long time. And now it's time. Now it's time. The sun, the moon, and the stars, Scorpio. Talk about divine alignment. It takes all 3. You are the clarity and the truth. Spirit and or someone is pushing you to your hopes and inspirations, your dreams and your desires. And the moon is someone who sits in the shadows and doesn't know what to do. They just don't get it yet. Maybe in time. And maybe not. They have free will choices to make. Scorpio. What a read. What a damn read. Let's close it out with some Moonology. We got the deck, let's use it. Scorpio, Spirit, what is 2? 1. First one says, a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. I don't even think it's just romance, Scorpio. It's just a new cycle of life when it comes to your emotions. We're going to take these. There's quite a few, but we're going to take them. There's two more. I talked about Capricorn season. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in... Hello, birdie. New moon in Capricorn. Capricorn season is going to be very, 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 very important for you. Waning moon, what do you need to release? Winter season, Scorpio. You see the winter on the card there. Once this full moon hits on Wednesday, we look back to this Wednesday. That's where the devil, the hermit sat, the angel devil energy. What serves your highest good? That's when our moon will start to wane. Time to release. Scorpio, I'm leaving it there. I hope this message was helpful to you. Personal reads are open and available. Info's in the description box below and the About section of the page. I'd love to hear from you. I look forward to connecting with all of you. You're so amazing. It's been a pleasure to have so many personals and to talk with all of you, and just a whole new group of people, and I appreciate you. So I'm sending you all so much love. Like, share, subscribe, comment. It really does help circulate the channel, and it does wonders for all of us here. Sending you love. Have a fantastic week. I will see you soon.